All right, welcome back to round number 4 of 4, our final round here for Modern Mondays at Guardian Games. We are Portland Paper. I am Travis Cooper, hanging out with,
Ian Lunger.
and yeah, we're watching a real interesting tournament tonight. Some surprising things are doing pretty well.
Yeah, we had there are plenty of meta decks running around, and it's a 4-round tournament, so sometimes that's not what you see at the top tables, and that's the case tonight. We're gonna
Is
see
it
a
the
matchup.
case?
Did I say something that's like punny that I didn't realize, and you're now asking me to recognize that?
No, but we have Izzet Delver, so it is the case. Is it the case?
I think we have to. I think we're gonna have to leave that. The whole is it and is it thing. We're just gonna have to leave
That's
that
done.
behind,
I can't do
Travis.
that anymore.
Yeah, yeah, that's
I'm cut
over.
off. All
Uh,
right. Well, I saw the Delver deck. Took a glance through it. We're on like a Delver's Lightning Bolts Sting in the Ices. There are some Disrupting Shoals.
okay.
There's some. It feels like it's not a 75 that you pulled from a top 8. There's some interesting stuff going on in there.
No, disrupting shoal is definitely has not been in a top 8 that I've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, occasionally I've seen a couple mono blue Delver decks that leverage Disrupting Shoal. That's a thing that is a known quantity, pretty rare, but it's out there. But I haven't seen Izzet ones with Disrupting Shoal, so. But it's in there.
Cool.
I wonder if we're going to get disrupted.
Honestly, for how awful I always expect that Delver's going to be in Modern, we get a number of 3-0 matches with players playing Delver decks at the top tables in Modern here at Guardian.
Put this card on the bottom, and I believe you are on the play.
I believe so too. Go ahead.
All right. Basic island pass, so not really telegraphing a lot there. Mono green don't care. Mono green just gonna play on curve.
Yep.
Try one.
Yep.
So you get to look.
Peter's going to do the things that Peter wants to do, and Ben had better find ways to win against them. Ben did find the feel bad turn 2 Delver.
Okay, turn 2 Delver. Chat. How many turns until Delver flips? I'm saying we're gonna see Delver flip on the 3rd reveal.
I'm going to go for second reveal.
Initially, I was thinking 2nd, but I pushed it back to 3. I'm going for 3. I'm sticking with 3.
3 is bold.
In response,
Ooh.
bolt it.
That's a blowout. So
It never
Ranker's
comes in so that
not going to resolve. So that is a 2 for
second
1.
phase.
Yeah. Always feels good when you can do that. Little pelt collector.
Oh
Oh
my gosh, is this Modern or Legacy? That doesn't happen.
Mad Cow Chicken asked if it's usually turn 1. In Legacy, where Delver is one of the top tier, most popular archetypes, it's turn 1 usually because you're able to manipulate the top of your deck, in your upkeep. If you want to brainstorm and put a spell on top. Definitely always turn 2 because you're playing Ponders and Preordains. But in Modern, you have much worse top deck manipulation, and usually Delver just hangs out as a wizard for a couple turns. But
Yeah.
we're living the dream. Blind flip.
It takes longer when it's kind of studying. It takes longer for it to find things out in Modern Legacy. It's fairly quick because it makes mistakes faster.
Found a Avatar the Resolute.
Spell Snare?
Spell snare?
Oh,
Love a Spell Snare.
the card's such a house.
All right. I will.
We're just doing like dafts all the way home right here.
19.
Yeah, there are no pelts to be collected yet.
We're on stream.
Look at that. Who needs
You almost forget that the camera was there.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I go?
Yeah.
I can't believe it flipped turn 1. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, we'll definitely play the theme song on our way out.
Yeah.
We should have that for our Patreon or something. Like,
Yeah. You get an MP3 of the theme song too. It would be kind of fun to like let it out of the box a little bit and let people do some of their own edits with it, and then like,
oh, do the
you know,
remix theme
yeah,
song.
play some remixes every week. It could be kind of fun.
Sure, that'll happen.
Puts a +1 counter on the Bell Collector.
Yep.
It grows.
Combat.
Yep.
Swing for 2.
What are we gonna get here?
Master Mage.
Oh, look at that.
Such a house.
Bolt.
Hey, Are we playing like modern?
Okay, that bolt should be exiled,
Yeah.
and I think that might matter.
Yeah, I will go point it out. Ian, you can hang out.
Okay,
chat.
thank you.
Thank you.
Exile.
Bolts are fair.
Hurts me.
5.
5 damage.
Yep.
Did we just get
Oh,
another
man.
bolt? Did I just?
Yeah,
I
we drew
left
another.
and-
We drew another bolt off the top,
Oh.
and man, Ben's deck. It's looking like the legacy version of Delver right now. Sometimes Delver looks like playing really bad 1/1s, and sometimes it looks like you're rocking some legacy Delver.
And I will petty theft it.
Oh. I don't think you could like stack your deck to have a better sequence of draws than Ben has.
It feels so good when you're playing a tempo deck and you have like stuff lines up like this. We have these really situationally relevant cards that
Yeah.
are like matter at the exact right time you needed them to matter.
Like you're playing an aggro matchup where you're supposed to be racing, and you're gonna end the game on 19 life with your opponent dead.
Put down
Like
a,
that's so brutal.
and a Hex Drinker.
It's not going to matter because we're going to fly in for 6.
And it's your turn.
Yeah,
Flash and Brazen Brawler.
yeah, that's
Either of those have reach.
Nope.
Ben asking the important question: do either of your creatures have reach? The answer is
So
no.
those are both flying, eh?
Yep.
Alright, that's game.
And that'll be game 1 going to Izzet Delver. Just a
Haven't
just
encountered
a
this level of
fiery
control yet.
draw for Izzet Delver that match.
Tables.
Yeah, I mean
I.
that is a draw to playing tempo decks is
Yeah.
you kind of
Alright, let's.
you sort of feel like a little bit of the big brain thing going on. You're like playing these really tricky cards and just like trying to sequence things properly. But yeah, that was like textbook how you'd want the match to go.
Was the stone cold nuts. So, did you manage to get some sideboards, or did we miss?
I just we looked through the sideboard.
Okay, we remember Peter had some. Trying to remember.
Yeah, I got
Peter
Peter's
had some
sideboard
Feed the
hanging out here.
Clans.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got for Peter's
I don't really
board.
like Feed the Clan in the matchup though.
No.
I think you have to maybe slow things down a little bit and just play some chonkier stuff. I definitely think the Rancor's got to be gone. Get the
So we have Grafdigger's Cage, Feed the Clans, Heroic Intervention. That could be a maybe.
get those Veil of Summers back in.
We got Veil of Summers, a couple of them. Shaper Sanctuary, Scavenging Ooze,
Okay.
and some Force of Vigors. So I'm kind of like, I could see Shaper Sanctuary being a really relevant card, even though it's kind of on the slower side. That, the Lightning Bolts seemed important in that matchup, and so just having a way to get back some cards. But, Peter also died with cards in hand, so it's kind of... I don't quite know the matchup well enough to... I would say it's an iffy, maybe, card to bring in. Veil of Summer, of course, seems great. I do like Heroic Intervention, though.
Oof. I'm kind of medium on that because I don't really see if Ben has sweepers like Anger of the Gods, I don't really expect him to bring those in, and your stuff's still getting hit. Or no, it gives hexproof too, huh? So it would stop Brazen Borrower.
Well, they get indestructible.
But you do, it's indestructible and hexproof, right? But you do have to hold up 2 mana, which is In a matchup where it feels like Peter's going to have to be pretty mana efficient and tapping out a lot of the time, holding up 2 mana seems a little iffy to me. Let's just double check.
I feel like it's
Intervention
better
here.
than Rancor.
Yes. Okay. I can get on board
I
there.
think green has some good answers for blue stuff as of recently.
As of recently, it sure does.
Wow.
I feel like Ben might have
Wow.
been fishing for a little bit of information
Yeah.
there, and has been asked, I feel like green has some good cards against blue as of recently, and then Peter replied, as of recently, it very much does.
See if I draw such
We
Love it.
are, and Peter or Ben is not referring to heroic intervention. We are definitely referring to Veil of Summer.
Because the Hunger Games have taken over popularity and
There it
the
is.
odds are everything in your favor.
Oh, Koki the Bear,
Until
thanks
then, people
for
like
the
talking about
follow.
odds.
Always appreciate those. Had a couple new follows tonight, which was always sweet. Love it when people are in the chat. Had a subscription, which unlocked a new emoticon, which was pretty cool too.
Which, you know, I think we're gonna make in honor of Squeeze Toy, we may make a Squeemote.
I love it.
I will keep this hand.
I'll keep.
You got keepers on both sides.
Can I go?
Return.
All right, this is a turn 1 creature.
Delver.
Oh, okay.
All right, if it flips turn 1.
I'm still going with my original projection of we're flipping Delver on third reveal.
Oh man, Ranker's still in there.
We gonna
It's
double?
gonna look good here.
Screwed that up.
What did you do?
I should have played that second.
Ah,
in order
Peter
to
with a
get the trigger.
sequencing error here that stops
But you know what?
stops the experiment 1 from getting a trigger, but you know, live and learn. Nope. Oh, did we not attack? Oh, I feel like we needed to attack there.
Yes. Trigger.
All right, go ahead.
Peter got a little bit. We kind of had one thing happen and then that cascaded, which is the thing that can happen.
We live and we learn. It's being hasty.
I
Are we shocking that
I can't
landed?
believe that.
Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Are you paying life to shock that landed? Are you paying life for the land?
Oh, yeah. I thought it was a sulfur falls.
That's two.
I thought it was a sulfur falls.
So Ben's gonna shock here.
3. And
I've definitely done the old pass the turn after I attack with my creature clause at the end of like when you realize like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
maybe speeding through things here. So there's
Right. Yeah, it's always a good reminder, especially once you get to this point and you're playing for some cash monies, to just like, if you're playing an aggro deck that's games are gonna go pretty fast, you can slow things down a little bit.
yeah.
Avatar.
Take your time. Make sure you have like
little spell snare that.
you have game decisions that matter, but they're oftentimes sequencing things, and so you can take some time to decide how to properly sequence them.
I'll bolt this.
Bolt the Hex Drinker.
And
Experiment's gonna get in there for 3.
I'm clearly with it.
yeah, me too. Like I obviously made a huge misplay
Yeah.
there.
So
Okay.
Peter's assembled his own Delver.
Draw.
You know we got a mana leak on Ben's side, so it's always interesting with Peter of like, oh, well, when do you decide to start playing into stuff?
Delver of Secrets.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Right. Yeah.
So are we gonna get the natties here with like flipping Delvers first reveal each time?
I mean, if Ben
thought I
flips
heard you say
this
something
third Delver on the first try, like there's some sort of divine intervention that wants Ben to win this game, because
The locusts are coming.
yeah, it's not a thing that happens in this format.
Could I read it?
Yeah. Just got haste and I'm dying.
I'll mana leak it.
Some mana onions.
You knew that was coming, but you have to play something into it at some point.
Yeah.
I kind of would have preferred playing anything else except for Stranglegeist into it. That's one of the better cards against damage-based removal.
Right.
You're doing good, sir.
Hard to. We haven't really seen Peter's hand, but Peter's also had draws that have really been gated by the lands
Oh.
drawn.
First time Delver did not flip.
4?
All right. I will take 4.
Yep. Serum Visions?
Okay.
Hey, this is how you set up Delver flipping the next turn. Looks like that was a logic knot. Maybe?
Jeez, Ben is flooding out here.
Or is that an island? I couldn't
It was
quite
an
tell.
island. Yeah.
Serum Visions? Card.
Wow, it would not have flipped. Ben's gotten to see quite a few cards here. So that is
Deprive and a land.
yeah, so we're going to leave the Deprive on top. That will flip the Delver.
Delver's been like insane with flips, Fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's we've blind flipped twice the first time.
Yeah, it's not till we cast this second Delver that we actually missed on blind flips here.
That's big.
Yes, that is all.
Ooh, no
That's
counter for Steel Leaf.
huge. So trigger.
Or we might see some Delvers on the D.
Putting a counter on my turn 1.
Yep.
Making it a 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep.
Actually a 4, 2.
Yep.
With trample, and I'll go in for 4.
I will take 4.
Alright.
Oh.
So
Trigger.
if Ben has a bolt here, Ben can end the game.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So I'm at 8.
What's that?
That's
How do you end the game if you have a bolt?
Yes, correct.
Oh,
3 times 3 is
yeah,
9.
yeah, yeah.
You're at 10.
So I get
Combat?
Oh, yeah, that's awkward for Ben, huh?
take 3.
Mystic Sanctuary. Put Lightning Bolt on top. Go ahead.
That's on top of your library?
Yeah.
Alright.
So
We have Deprive in hand, so we have the Deprive Sanctuary combo, but I feel like Delver has to jump in front of Steel Leaf because, yeah, this is interesting.
Well, I can't block either of your things.
yeah,
So there's really no point in me holding you back, it seems. I will go
Swing in
ahead
with everything.
and
yeah, yeah. You
attack, go
definitely
combat. Yep.
force the
Both
block
creatures.
here.
I'll block here.
Alright, in response, I will cast Aspect of Hydra on the experiment one.
Ooh, so
But we
we know about the deprive.
As an additional cost, return a land to hand. I'll return Mystic Sanctuary to hand, and then I'll counter it.
Oh, are we gonna see the veil blowout?
I will pay 1 to cast Veil of
Summer.
Ooh,
Yep.
Go ahead and draw a card,
Yep.
and that can't be countered.
Correct.
so that's that should
You're gonna
end the.
take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. Dang it, we need a 1.
So
Is that
Pete's-
7? So we have a 4,
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8. That should be more than.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
that's
that's.
1 for each devotion pit. What? What?
Might have damage math wrong there,
Yeah.
Did I get it? 1, 2, 3,
Oh, this
4,
doesn't have trample.
5, 6, 7. This one does though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aspect of Hydra gives plus with your devotion, right?
Yeah.
So we're getting plus 1,
One,
2, 3, 4, 5. This is base power 4.
Yeah.
So that's a 9.
So that's 9.
Yep.
So that's
That's
like-
that's more than his life.
oh, so that's game. All right.
Okay. Yes. Okay. 9. So 9. Yes. Yes. Okay. Because that was unblocked. Correct.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
I was hitting on the unblocked one.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay.
That's game.
Yep.
Thanks for helping us out. Good game there, sir. Going to game 3.
So Pete cleans up that match,
When you said 7, I trusted you, and I said it.
and
Yeah, I was like,
I had to.
that's wrong.
yeah, we're going to a game 3 of Delver against Mono
Well, I
Green.
did think you put it on the.
On the no,
Yeah.
it was on the unblocked one. Yeah.
And Veil of Summer.
Hey.
You got him.
Okay.
When you don't like the blue, you play Veil.
Man, there's been so many times where I'm like, you can't not counter the thing, but you know that your opponent has the Veil, and you're like, I will put this on the stack and wait for you to Veil of Summer. And then they're like, think about it for a minute. They're like, okay, Veil of Summer. And you're like, well,
It's
were
true.
were you not going to do it?
Yeah, the best part is well, you're a control player. You're a dirty control player, so you're baiting them into casting Veil of Summer so you can do something sneaky, of course.
They have to keep jumping out.
So that's why. They're like, wait a minute. Did they want me to cast Veil of Summer?
Nope.
They're so convinced that I have it. They must have thought of this eventuality, and then you're like, wait, no, I just get to blow them out. This is the best.
Hopefully it'll end up on
Yeah.
YouTube or on. It's definitely on the stream, but the goal is to get it on their YouTube
Oh,
channel.
they have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, it's Portland Paper.
Okay.
Oh, Aspect of Hydra is, I like that. I don't know. I like this mono green deck is always like, does the thing that it does. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's really bad against combo because you basically
Yes.
don't have any way of interacting with your opponent's hand or any way to prevent your opponent from like targeting you. Yeah, so it's like it has some pretty glaring weaknesses, but if you don't expect to see a lot of combo, yeah, you're golden. But like something like a Neoform deck would run over this like pretty handily, I think.
Yes.
But that is the rock paper scissors of Magic.
Right. I wonder, I mean, you could like
Maybe I'm-
play 4 damping spheres in the board and
Such a tough decision sometimes.
not be in that bad a shape.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that you have those, and you have like Graph Digger's Cages and things like
Yeah.
that. Like there's sideboard cards, but that's about.
Yep.
Your sideboard cards against combos are all going to be artifact based, and it's pretty easy as a combo player to like suss that out. So your like sideboard against their sideboard is going to be like not that. You're not next leveling a lot there. So.
Totally, yeah. There's not a lot deceptive about it, but Damping Sphere is a good card right now, in general, that even decks that have other options are playing, and as is Graph Digger's Cage, so, and you're putting on a decent clock, so disruption of clock. And your mana base is super solid.
Yeah, you're not gonna get Blood Moon out of the game.
Not a chance. So you're kind of like next leveling the Guardian meta, right? Because everybody's afraid to bring Amulet at this point, so everybody's bringing Blood Moon decks, and then you're bringing the deck that beats the Blood Moon decks.
Probably, I would imagine that mono green
I'll keep.
might have an issue with a deck like Jund too. Just like a lot of removal plus their own threats.
Sure.
And, you know,
More
your,
two for
your control
ones.
matchups are going to be tricky too, but it feels like you're going to out aggro most other low to the ground aggro decks.
Right.
Thing in the ice?
Oh,
That's a good one.
Grab some dice.
Yeah, the card's really solid in this matchup, especially on the
My
play.
dice with me.
I have dice here.
Sorry. I left them behind somewhere. They're somewhere over there.
I have not played a single limited draft of Theros Beyond Death. How about you?
I also manage a game store, and I've run a lot of drafts. But I don't actually haven't played. I don't play very much limited. I have limited time to play Magic, and I like constructed formats a lot.
Aha!
Yeah. So occasionally I'll do like a pre-release or something. But you know, for regular folks at my store, people really like Theros as a draft format, I will say.
I've heard only extremely positive things about it, and have heard that even among the pros, people have disagreements about what they think is the best route to take, and I think there's probably no higher praise for a limited format.
But we get another Natty Delver flip here. Just
And Peter's on on a one lander, like missed the land drop last turn. This is going to be. This was already looking like it was going to be a tough match. Now it's looking significantly harder.
Don't you?
Nope. I do.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Deny everything.
Don't, like, no, I don't have it.
Peter's just,
Jagger, guys.
Peter's asking Ben if Ben has a mana leak. Ben did answer that they do have a mana leak, and we're not
So you
kidding.
gotta swing in here.
To combat.
Yep.
Swing. Get in for 1.
I mean,
Unless you don't want to block with the.
Yeah, I'm
thing.
gonna.
Yeah.
I'll block. Yeah.
All right, take 1 from that.
So Peter maybe a little preemptively assumed that his opponent was blocking. I always like just
they like to
swing
spook 'em
and
a
then
little
be
bit
like,
with your mono green deck.
blocks.
Yeah.
Who knows what I could? I mean, you could have mutagenic growth, or in multiples
true.
maybe. You never know.
Yeah, I liked. I think it's always good when you're in real life interacting with a real opponent. You just you can give them a little wink, whenever you're doing something, kind of like, how crazy do you think I am?
Unknown unknowns.
Yeah. Sometimes they look you in the eye and they're like, that person's a madman. They've got 2 mutagenic growths in hand and they don't block. And you get an extra point of damage.
Bad boys.
Ooh, we got some triggers going on.
And you're at 14.
And I'm at 14.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go to combat.
Chet said I had a sultry voice.
And I'm gonna
Okay,
go to
I don't know. Nobody knows for sure if they were talking about you there or me.
I feel like Chet's been on Team Travis this
I know,
evening.
yeah,
It's felt nice.
whatever. You paid him off.
Hold here.
pay 1 and cast a Vines of Vastwood.
Ooh,
Playing for this pack. Sweet.
Oh, look at that.
vines.
Okay.
So it's gonna have hexproof till end of turn.
Yep. And
No blocks.
so there. Okay. Have I declared blocks yet?
No, not yet.
Okay. So you're tapped out.
Yeah.
Everything 2 power, 2 power, 2 power.
Yeah.
I'll block one of them. Take 4.
Take 4.
Did we get the trigger on thing?
Keeping it up. Oh no, not right.
You could.
That's right.
I believe you can.
It's weird because it might be detrimental. You got a trigger on thing.
Oh yeah. Thing trigger. Those two.
Yeah. Bummer. Man, I'm worried about that thing on the ice.
My go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice. He was. See, he was talking about me, the one who's bad at math. That's me.
We do not have the. Well, we sort of had the phase cam today, but then it was glitching out on us.
Yeah. There's a thing about webcams and multiple webcams and drivers and software. And sometimes they don't like each other for reasons unknown.
1, 2.
And that was the case today with the webcam for our pretty faces.
Go ahead.
So apologies, but you don't get to view our faces today.
Yeah, the thing triggers there are interesting because thing triggers could almost be detrimental to Ben at this point when you have 2 flipped Delvers.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are at regular REL, so it's different rules in comp REL.
You're pretty up against it if you're on Peter's side here. A flipped thing is going to send your entire board back and get in for 7 the next turn. And one of the things this mono green deck does not do well is rebuild a board state after it's been wiped.
Gotta do some math here.
Or bounced in this case.
That was hard. Especially when you're all twitchy and jittery and missing all of your triggers and stuff.
Yeah,
And the
now
guy
they
has to
just-
keep jumping out of the room at us. This is game.
This is game 3. This is in it. And then he throws that on the table for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No.
he's like, all right, just
You're
to
playing
up
for
the
this.
ante and make you guys even more nervous that your first time doing this, here you go.
Hopefully they'll open the promo pack on stream.
Yeah. We like to encourage the players to crack the promo pack on stream. Always fun to see what, you don't really know what you're playing for until you crack the pack.
Yeah, you're getting a bunch of store credit if you win.
Yeah.
It's kind of significant. I think we're
alright.
close to $30, maybe somewhere around there.
Oh yeah, I forgot we boosted the player audio. The last round, the players wanted the audio boosted. They said they were going to give some nice digs at each other, but players have been very courteous this round. But you know, sometimes we do a little table listening.
This is a tough decision, dude. You're making this hard for me.
For all the marbles here.
Yeah, Peter's taking some time here, and that's because this is probably the decision that decides the game. It's also possible that, you know, Peter will look back on this and feel like there's nothing I could have done, but you know, you want to feel like you've done everything you could to put yourself in position to win.
Yeah, I mean, all Ben needs is a Snapcaster or a Bolt, and that's like pretty game.
Yep.
Or literally game.
Yeah,
so.
a Bolt plus 2 spells to flip the thing in the ice will ice this game.
Well, just, you know, a swing for 6 in the air plus Bolt wins. A swing for 6 in the air plus Snap Bolt wins. Bolt and another spell wins. So.
Right, that's the thing about playing mono green is you don't really have a lot of tricks that aren't combat related.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
No response?
No.
Interesting. So Peter asked that quickly. So if Peter asked no response quickly, and if I'm Ben, I'm like getting a little nervous because when a player is kind of moving quickly like that, it could mean something like maybe a kick to Vines of Vastwood. Like that means the player's got hope, which means maybe there's lethal.
I kind of would have liked, if you had Vines and wanted to kick it, I sort of would have liked doing that first, because then you can play around Bolt with Aspect of the Hydra.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Hang on. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. All right, I guess we're...
End of turn.
End of turn.
This might just be the...
Mission briefing.
Yep.
I'll surveil 2.
That takes time.
Yep.
So, we didn't leave up a red here. Is that surprising to you?
Yes, I think that may have been a mistake that we were speeding through there. And we didn't update the life total, but we got 4... Or did we update the life total there?
I think we did.
Okay.
I think that mission briefing...
Well, at least we have an opt.
Oh shoot, I tapped wrong. I'll choose opt then since I tapped wrong. Opt. I'll draw this.
Yep.
Yep. Trigger.
Yep. You just go back to my hand.
Yep.
So thing does flip here. That is a bit of a mistake on Ben's side. If Ben had tapped the 2 islands, then the Bolt would have been lethal. Decent chance that Ben's going to go ahead and get in for lethal in any case this turn.
What was the land that we played there?
Oh, that is plenty of damage. That's a Sulphur Falls.
Okay.
I thought
Ooh, TBR in the Delver deck.
Well,
That is not only are you're gonna flip that thing in the eyes, and then you're gonna TBR. That's so brutal. not something that I would be expecting.
Yeah, don't play around that one.
No, not at all. And you know, obviously didn't.
Yeah.
Nothing really Peter could do there, but man, a TBR'd thing in the ice is just that's
Well,
a house.
So, yeah,
Okay, there was something that
another
Peter could have
Vines
done.
of Vastwood
He
in
could have
hand.
Vines it.
Oh.
You could
Yeah,
Vines
I-
the thing in the ice, or the,
Yes.
you know, the flipped thing.
Yeah, so I think Peter
So
needed
by
to
Vines of
Vines
Vastwood on the top of that, you
the
would have
thing.
response on top of the stack and then just gotten rid of it.
Yeah, to keep the TBR from resolving.
Yep. An old trick
That would've
from
brought
the
you down.
Infect days. I used to
Right.
play against Splinter Twin when they'd go to, you know, cast Splinter Twin. You could Vines your opponent's creature, and it can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control.
So I was waiting to be
Well,
dead
dang,
But that's something, I mean, that's like a really niche interaction.
for sure.
But, you know, that is the thing that Peter he had the card in the hand and could have cast that, so.
Yeah.
So the way that I played it, you play Strangleroot.
Well, should we encourage Ben?
You want to go ask him? I feel like I picked
Yeah.
on him enough that they're grumpy.
Yeah,
okay?
I'm in.
This is yours. You want to see what you got?
Sure.
Oh, they're opening it. We don't even need to encourage.
Oh my goodness. Giving me the nerves on stream.
Dude, I mean, at least I put up the fight for you, you know.
Yeah.
Mono green with the...
Yeah, let's take a look.
Arena. Sword of the Animist is pretty cool.
Sword of the Animist,
Foil Thirst for Meaning,
which is a
Nightmare.
commander thing.
Nicely done, my friend. That one's
Sort of the Animist, I think, is probably. Let's take a look at that card
good
just before
games.
we.
Yeah. I couldn't think through it on the control. I was like, oh my
Feels
God.
like some commander.
Well, I was
Should I
mostly
let
making
our
the decisions I
should I
wanted
let
to
our
make
player
and
know
it's
about
just
the
that
Vines interaction, or should that be a thing that?
Nah,
Yeah,
let's.
okay.
missing things and forgetting to think about things just because of the pressure.
Yeah. Pressure's on.
All right. Sort of the Animist. Looks like a foil. Sort of the Animist. Anyway, it's a fun one for commander. I'd say it
I'm
has
just stoked I made
probably
it
no
this far,
constructive
dude, and to play against an awesome opponent.
applicability, but
Well, okay, if you have Dry It Out and you have Valakut out, basically every attack. Let's say you equip that on prime time, you're getting an extra land. Ah?
ah,
Ah?
ah.
Cool.
Ooh.
Next Monday. Also, my
Anyway,
schedule is
well, some fun matches this evening. Thanks y'all for joining us.
all over the place,
Um,
so I'm going to have to do
Yeah,
Appreciate-
we're here almost every Monday. We missed a Monday, but we had some technical stuff going on. There's some construction at Guardian, but all the carpet is installed. We have a nice fresh booth here, and we'll be here next Monday and the following Monday and the following Monday after that at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Doing 4 rounds of modern constructed format, and as promised, we're gonna go out with the theme song. Have a great evening, everybody, and thanks for showing up.
Cards recently.
I'm gonna save it for this for credit for cards. Just 'cause I like that.
Really need the dictator. Yeah. Like, he's actually that's right.
Portland paper, modern Mondays at Guardian Games. Portland paper, modern Mondays at Guardian Games.
Yeah, I not know for that.
It might not have mattered, but it's just a cool interaction with vines.
See, that's not something I would have thought of.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like in infect mirrors that used to be a thing that would happen because like
They're infect creatures.
yeah,
Something
yeah.
Yeah. I am no pro Magic player.
Yeah,
I'm
but it was
surprised.
fun. That was
I'm
really-
surprised I even made it this far. I was like,
It was a really good match. That was very entertaining to watch.
yeah.